Good evening, Pinotini, dear friends. Thank you for joining with us today to this online broadcast of our daily worship, chanting, Dhamma reflection and meditation. We go live here from London Mindfulness Meditation Center every day, enabling you to participate in the religious observances, especially during this lockdown restrictions times, so that you can participate during this rains retreat, engage in religious observances, practice the Dhamma, and also enhance your Dhamma practice in terms of spiritual advancement. So deepening the Dhamma practice during rains retreat is a great thing that you could do, not just skillful but also meritorious. So today the sponsor, Mrs. Maya de Alvis and family, so the sponsor would like to wish for her son Keith de Alvis a very happy birthday. May he be blessed with good health, happiness, and may the blessings of the Triple Gem be upon him for every success and happiness for him and his family. She would also like to wish all the family members, relatives, friends around the world with good health and happiness throughout. May the blessings of the Triple Gem be upon them for their well-being and special peace of mind during these restriction times. We are also joined by Vijita Mendis, by Vimala Mendis, who would like to share merit with Vijita Mendis, who passed away 7 months ago. So beloved husband who passed away 7 months ago, may he rejoice in this punya karma, may he receive our blessings and make his life happy and peaceful wherever he is. So with those kind intentions, Mrs. Vimala Mendis is joining today with us. The sponsors would also like to dedicate this pin karma, the punya karma, for the well-being and sansaric life of Rufus, dear pet, their lovely dog, pet dog who passed away around 2 months ago. So may Rufus also receive our blessings and make his sansaric life happy and peaceful wherever he is. May Mr. Mendis also make his life happy and eventually attain the blissful state of Nibbana. So all departed beloved ones, may they achieve the blissful state of Nibbana by rejoicing in our good deeds. So with those kind intention and dedication, let us now worship the Buddha. Before that, let us observe 5 precepts. So say Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa 3 times. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adinnādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Kāmesu miccācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musāvādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Surameraya majjapamādatthāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Tisaranena saddhiṃ pañcasīlaṃ dhammam appamādena sampādetavam. So let's worship the Buddha now. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho. Vijjācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu. Anuttaro purisa dhammasarathi sattha deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Buddhaṃ jīvitaṃ yāva nibbānaṃ saranaṃ gacchāmi. Ye ca buddhā atītā ca ye ca buddhā anāgatā. Paccuppanna ca ye buddhā ahaṃ vandāmi sabbadā. Nati me saranaṃ aññaṃ buddho me saranaṃ varaṃ. Etena sacca vajjena hotu me jaya mangalam. Uttamangena vandeham padapam suvaruttamam. Buddheyo kalito doso buddho kamatu tang mamam. Swakhato bhagavata dhammo sandittiko akaliko. Ehi passiko opanayiko paccattam veditabbo vinyuhiti. Dhammam jīvitaṃ yāva nibbānaṃ saranaṃ gacchāmi. Ye ca dhamma atītā ca ye ca dhamma anāgatā. Paccuppanna ca ye dhamma ahaṃ vandāmi sabbadā. Nati me saranaṃ aññaṃ dhammo me saranaṃ varaṃ. Etena sacca vajjena hotu me jaya mangalam. Uttamangena vandeham dhammaṃ ca tividhaṃ varaṃ. Dhammeyo kalito doso dhammo kamatu taṃ mamam. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Ujjapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Nyāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Samīcipatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Yadidang cattari purisa yugani attha purisa puggala esa bhagavato sāvaka sangho. Ahuneyo pahuneyo dakhineyo anjali karaniyo anuttarang punyakhetang lokasati. Sanghang jivitang yāva nibbānang saranang gacchāmi. Ye ca sangha atita ca ye ca sangha anagata. Paccuppanna ca ye sangha ahang vandāmi sabbada. Natti me saranang anyang sangho me saranang varang. Etena sacca vajjena hotu me jaya mangalang. Uttamangena vandehang sanghang ca tividottamang. Sangheyo kalito doso sangho khamatu tang mamang. Kanasarappadittena dīpena tamadhang sinā. Tiloka dīpang sambuddhang pujayāmi tamonudang. Vannagandha gunopetang etang kusuma santating. Pujayāmi munindassa siripada saroruhe. Pujemi buddhaṃ kusumena nena punyena metena ca hotu mokkaṃ. Pupphaṃ milayāti yatā idam me kāyo tatā yāti vināsa bhāvaṃ. Adhivāsetana bhante pānīyaṃ parikappitāṃ. Anukampaṃ upādāya patiganhātu uttama. Adhivāsetana bhante gilāna paccayaṃ imaṃ. Anukampaṃ upādāya patiganhātu uttama. Adhivāsetana bhante sabbaṃ saddhāya pujitaṃ. Anukampaṃ upādāya patiganhātu uttama. Vandāmi cetiyaṃ sabbaṃ sabbathāni supatitthitaṃ. Sāririka dhātu mahābodhiṃ buddha rūpaṃ sakalaṃ sadā. Yassa mūle nisinno ve sabbāri vijayaṃ akā. Patto sabbaññutaṃ sattā vandetāṃ bodhipādapaṃ. Ime ete mahābodhi lokanathena pujitā. Ahampi te namassāmi bodhirājā namattu te. Kāyena vācā cittena pamādena maya kataṃ. Accayaṃ khamami bhante bhuri paññe tathāgata. Kāyena vācā cittena pamādena maya kataṃ. Accayaṃ khamami dhamma sandittika kālika. Kāyena vācā cittena pamādena maya kataṃ. Accayaṃ khamami sangha supatipanna anuttara. Ettavata ca amhehi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavata ca amhehi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ettavata ca amhehi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idang me ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idam me ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Idam me ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā hontu ñātayo. Imina punya kammene māmi bāla samāgamo satang samāgamo hotu yāva nibbāna pattiya. Idam me punyang āsavakkhaya vahang hotu sambha dukkha pamuncatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So now we are going to chant Ratana Sutta, Ratana Paritrana. So the sponsors, Mrs. Maya this Alves, would like to bless her son who is celebrating his birthday today, Kirti Alves. With every good health, happiness and success, may the blessings of the Triple Gem be upon you for your well-being and especially good health during this time. So you, Keith, you and your family members may be blessed with the chanting. Furthermore, Mrs. Maya always would also like to bless all the family members, extended families, relatives and friends around the world with good health and happiness and success. So we'd also like to bless you as an online community, wishing you every happiness and good health, especially during this lockdown time. May you be blessed by the Triple Gem, the blessings of the Triple Gem. May they be conducive for your well-being, peace of mind. And as always, we dedicate the chanting for the well-being of all key workers. May they also enjoy good health and happiness, success, especially the doctors and nurses and the NHS staff working tirelessly for the well-being of many. May they all enjoy good health and happiness. May they also develop courage and determination to continue their valuable services. All in all, may you all be well, happy and peaceful, and especially if you know anyone who is ill, bear them in your thoughts, in your minds, so that when you listen to the chanting, wishing them speedy recovery and happiness. So with those kind intention, let us join in the chanting of Ratana Sutta. So may the blessings of the Sutta, the truth in the Suttas be helpful for your well-being. So please listen to the chantings with great attention and respect. Samanta Cakkavalesu Atra Gacchantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajassa Sunantu Saggamokkhadam Parittasavana Kalu Ayang Bhadanta Parittasavana Kalu Ayang Bhadanta Paritta Dhamma Savana Kalu Ayang Bhadanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Yānīda bhūtāni samāgatāni bhummāni vāyāni vayantalikhe sabbeva bhūtā sumanā bhavantu atapi sakkacca sunantu bhāsitam tasmāhi bhūtāni samīta sabbe mettam karota manusiyā pajāye Divāca ratto ca haranti baling tasmāhine rakkata appamattā Yankinci vittam idhavā hurang vā sagge suvāyam ratanam panītam Nano samang atti tathāgatena idampi buddhe ratanam panītam Etena saccena suvatti hotu Khayang viragang amatang panitang yadajjaga sakya muni samahito natena dhammena samatti kinci idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu yang buddha settho parivannai sucing samadhimanantarikanyamahu Samadhinātena samona vicchati idampi dhamme ratanam panītam etena saccena suvatti hotu Ye puggala attha satang pasattha cattari etani yugani honti Te dakkhiniya sugatassa savakāye te sudinnāni mahappalāni Idampi sanghe ratanam panītam etena saccena suvatti hotu Ye suppayutta manasa dalhena nikkāmino gotama sāsanam hi Te pattipattā amatam vigaiha laddhā mudha nibbutim bunjamānā Idampi sanghe ratanam panītam etena saccena suvatti hotu Yatinda kīlo pataving sitosiyā chatumbhivātebhi asampakampiyo Tathupamang sappurisang vadāmi yo ariya saccāni avecca passati Idampi sanghe ratanam panītam etena saccena suvatti hotu Ye ariya saccāni vibhāvayanti gambhīra paññena sudesitāni Kincāpi te honti busappamattā nate bhavang attamang ādiyanti Idampi sanghe ratanam panītam etena saccena suvatti hotu Sahāvassa dassana sampadāye tayassu dhamma jahitā bhavanti Sakkāya ditthi vicikiccitam ca sīlabbataṃ vāpi yadatti kinci Chatuha pāyehi ca vippamutto ca cābitānāni abhabbo kātum Idampi sanghe ratanam panītam etena saccena suvatti hotu Kincāpi sokam karoti pāpakam kāyena vācā udacetasā vā abhabbo sotasya paticchādāye abhabbatā diṭṭha padasya buttā Idampi sanghe ratanam panītam etena saccena suvatti hotu Vanappagumbe yatha pussitagge gimhānamāse patamasmiṃ gimhe Tathupamang dhamma varang adesai nibbānagāmiṃ paramang hitāye Idampi buddhe ratanam panītam etena saccena suvatti hotu Varo varanyo varado varaharo anuttaro dhamma varang adesai Idampi buddhe ratanam panītam etena saccena suvatti hotu Kīnaṃ purānaṃ navaṃ natti sambhavaṃ viratta citta āyatike bhavasmiṃ te khīna bīja avirullicchanda nibbanti dhīrā yathāyaṃ padīpo idampi sanghe ratanaṃ panītaṃ etena saccena suvatti hotu Yāni dabhūtāni samāgatāni bhummāni vāyāni vayantalikke tathāgataṃ deva manussa pūjitaṃ buddhaṃ namassāma suvatti hotu Yāni dabhūtāni samāgatāni bhummāni vāyāni vayantalikke tathāgataṃ deva manussa pūjitaṃ Dhammaṃ namassāma suvatti hotu Yāni dabhūtāni samāgatāni bhummāni vāyāni vayantalikke tathāgataṃ deva manussa pūjitaṃ saṅghaṃ namassāma suvatti hotu etena sacca vajjena dukkha vupasamintu te Etena sacca vajjena bhayavupasamintu te Etena sacca vajjena rogavupasamintu te Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabba rogo vinassatu Māte bhavatvantarāyo sukhi dīghāyuko bhava Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkhantu sabba devata Sabba buddhānubhāvena sada sotti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkhantu sabba devata Sabba dhammānubhāvena sada sotti bhavantu te Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkhantu sabba devata Sabba saṅghānubhāvena sada sotti bhavantu te Devo vassatu kālena sassa sampatti hetu ca Pīto bhavatu loko ca rāja bhavatu dhammiko Ākāsattha ca bhummattha deva nāga mahiddhika Puññantaṃ anumoditvā chiraṃ rakkhantu loka sāsanaṃ Ākāsattha ca bhummattha deva nāga mahiddhika Puññantaṃ anumoditvā chiraṃ rakkhantu dhamma desanaṃ Ākāsattha ca bhummattha deva nāga mahiddhika Puññantaṃ anumoditvā chiraṃ rakkhantu maṃ paranti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So that brings us to a close of our first session with the chanting. As you know, we go live at 6:30 every day, especially during this rains retreat, to enable and facilitate you to practice the Dhamma and participate in religious observances from home, wherever you are. So during this rains retreat, we continue this series of reflection, chanting, worship and meditation until 24th of October, when we hold our Kathina robe offering ceremony. And the series are available for sponsorship, and if you would like to, please do contact us so that we can direct you to the relevant persons who are organizing this. So today the sponsor, Mrs. Maya the Alvis, would like to dedicate and this religious observance to bless her son Keith the Alvis, who is celebrating his birthday today. So may you enjoy good health, happiness, success and prosperity. Many happy returns of the day from the London Mindfulness Meditation Center as well as the online community. May you prosper and may all your righteous aspirations be fulfilled. May you enjoy good health along with your family and your children. So may the blessings of the Buddha be upon you for your well-being. So furthermore, Mrs. Maida always would like to bless all the members and her family, relatives and friends around the world who are participating online today. May you all enjoy good health and happiness. May the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and may all the merit accumulated by sponsoring and participating in these religious observances be helpful for your well-being and peace of mind, especially during this lockdown time. So may you be well, happy and peaceful. Should also like to bless the online community, everyone participating here today, with good health, happiness, success and prosperity. And most importantly, I should also like to share merit with her pet dog Rufus, who passed away recently, around 2 months ago. May Rufus receive our blessings. May the merit accumulated be conducive for his well-being in afterlife, and eventually may Rufus also attain the blissful state of Nibbana. We are also joined by Vimala Mendis, who would like to bless her departed husband who passed away 7 months ago. So may Mr. Vijit Mendis also receive our blessings. May the merit accumulated today be conducive for his well-being in his sansaric life, and may he, if he is in an unfortunate state, may he recover, and if he is in a good condition, may he prosper, and eventually may he attain the blissful state of Nibbana. So with those kind intentions we say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So we will take a short break, 2 minutes break, and we hope you will join us again for the Dhamma reflection and meditation on loving kindness. Okay, dear friends, welcome back. So thank you for staying during this short break. I think it is important to have a short break rather than sitting So if you have stretched, maybe you are relaxed now. So for those who are new to this session, just to give a brief background, we are reflecting on the verses in the book called Dhamma. It is a collection of the Buddha's advice, 423 verses, categorized into 26 chapters. And we are now reflecting on the 5th chapter, which is to do with fools, or in this case, Bala Vagga, Bala chapter. Yesterday we established our understanding to, although the word Bala, which literally might also mean young infant, unable to do things, but in this case we are talking about ignorance, or we're talking about a person who would not try to understand certain things. Now, it is not intellect that we are talking about, nor neither IQ. So sometimes there can be certain average of silliness, stubbornness, one-minded or narrow-minded attitude, and a person who would also perhaps, yesterday we referred to certain words such as impatience. So when there is impatience, there is certain expectations always, and that expectation might not be with good reasoning skills. So someone who is in that ignorant state would be known as Bala. So there are some people who might order certain things and then very impatiently wait. When obviously nowadays we have this tracking devices and stuff, so impatience would be something that you can also use. Resentment, intolerance, rudeness, always controlled by greed and anger. So those are the few things that you might refer as Bala. So today we come to the second stanza, which is about companionship with the fools or foolish. So charangche nadi gaccheye seyang sadisa mattanu ekacharyang dalhang kaira natti bale sahayata. Okay, so this is more or less for spiritual journey as well. So yesterday we referred to the balance that we need in our spiritual journey as well. So if when wandering one does not meet one's better or one's equal, one should certainly make a solitary journey. There is no companionship with the fools. Okay? So Seyang or Sadisang. Sadisa means equal, Seya means greater than you. So if someone does not possess some qualities, or someone is a bit ignorantly adamant or impatient, or the words that we used before, in terms of disobedience, not wanting to take in advice, then they surely are a bit ignorant. So now this verse was particularly uttered by the Buddha with reference to a disobedient novice. Okay, so I will quickly maybe refer to that before we move on. So when Venerable Mahakassapa was residing near Rajagaha, he had 2 young novice monks staying with him. One of them was respectful, obedient and dutiful, but the other was not. So when Venerable Mahakassapa advised the disobedient novice not to neglect his duties, the latter became very offended. So one day he went to the house of a lay disciple of the monk and untruthfully said that Venerable Kassapa was ill So he goes to the house of the devotee and tells lies. Thus, then he got some choice food or choice of food from them, which was meant for Venerable Kassapa. And then he ate it all by himself on his way back. When admonished by Venerable Kassapa for this, he was extremely, obviously, frustrated. The next day, when Venerable Kassapa was out on his alms round, the foolish novice monk stayed behind. Because of the scolding and because of the advice given by Venerable Mahakassapa, and his anger still not out of his mind, or had not forgotten, and was always contemplating on those words that the senior monk Mahakassapa gave. This young monk who stayed behind broke all the pots and pans and set fire to the monastery. So completely set fire to the temple. So when a bhikkhu from Rajghat told the Buddha about this, the Buddha remarked that it would have much been better for Venerable Kassapa to live alone than to live with some foolish companionship that we might have or we might make, and also cause much distraction and distress. So you can see it is important in a spiritual journey or even in a day-to-day living to be mindful of the type of people that you associate with. It's very important. So a person is deluded or ignorant, and when I was reading this, even the story of Devadatta came to my mind. Although he lived with the Buddha, even born as a cousin of the Buddha, he was not able to free himself and created so much chaos, and also nearly killed the Buddha a couple of times, and also divided the Sangha. All these are ignorant actions and directed by anger and greed. So in Sri Lanka there are even some songs saying that even if you stayed with Buddha, he did not have the merit, or he did not have he lost his opportunity to become enlightened in the Ekavihara and so on. So you might associate with someone wise, but this person who is so ignorant and foolish, any person that you associate, are not ready to take an advice and will always be thinking of the negative, always be thinking of or driven by greed and anger. So unless you actually, if you do advise them, if you do talk to them with compassion, and if they are not able to take your advice, then it is best to actually leave them alone, because the more you associate with such people, sometimes you yourself could fall into dangerous situations. And as the story behind this stanza said, where this person completely burnt the whole temple or monastery down, this novice who was so angry. And similarly with Devadatta, who was wise enough to understand few things, born in a royal family, and also associating the Buddha a lot of times, simply still was not able to get rid of his selfishness and revengeful thoughts against the Buddha, which we know at one time referred to the Serivana Jataka, where he was not able to let go of a small profit that he could have had, and therefore as a vendor he was so jealous he died of a heart attack. So in terms of our spiritual journey as well, we have to be mindful when you associate with people or when you are associating with each other. If you associate with someone who is not even as an equal in terms of your practice or in terms of your understanding, if you are to associate with someone to pull them up, that is okay, because that is done out of compassion. You advise someone, you show the path to someone out of compassion. But if you're not mindful, and then your association becomes so much that if you are also to divert your attention somewhere else and then follow the footstep of the ignorant and deluded person, then you are off the track of your spiritual journey. So you have to be mindful that if you associate with someone who is, unless you guide them and don't take their path or their choice of actions. So therefore, even in Sigalada Sutta, even in the Vyaktapaja Sutta, we all have this reference. Even in the Mangala Sutta, the first two, Asevanacha Balanam, and the type of friends explained in the Sigalada Sutta, we have to identify who we associate with. Are you associating with someone who is just keen to be friends and be in your company for profit? Are you associating with someone who would just provide, which the literally translated word would be lip service, always say something good at your face, always approve everything that you do, whether it is good or bad, always actually be in a company simply to show the good face? A true friend will actually direct you if you fall and try to do certain mistakes. A true friend, a Kalyana Mitra, will always tell you this is not good, maybe this is what you have to do, or you have to do it this way. So will show you the right path. So that person is maybe a person that is like equal to your, if you can identify, or equal to your journey or spiritual journey. So there are a few things, if you want to go deeper into this, what sort of qualities maybe we can think of. Okay, so Seyang Sadisatano Attano Sila Samadhi Panya Gunehi Adikatarangwa Sadisangwa Nalabheyaj. So Sila, Samadhi and Panya Gunehi. So in terms of virtues, in terms of concentration, in terms of wisdom. So Sila, Samadhi, Panya, Gunehi, Adhikatarangva, Sadisangva. So if you don't find someone in the spiritual journey, someone who is equal to you in terms of virtue-wise, so if you want to take from the 5 precepts to 8 precepts to 10, so when you are associated together with this Kalyana Mitra concept, supporting each other, you will then identify the virtue status. So you know when someone talks, when someone behaves, when someone interacts, and when someone thinks in terms of interaction, you know what type of mentality this person has and identify that. Similarly, in Samadhi, in terms of meditation, sometimes we need to associate with people who are better than you. So Adhikadrang means they are higher than you. So in meditation, so that they can guide you, they can guide you to the proper path. Panya is considered as wisdom. So the understanding a person has through meditation or through the knowledge gained by listening and practicing the Dhamma. We have 3 ways. So Patipatti would be theory. So Pariyatti, Patipatti would be practice. So Pariyatti is theory or knowledge that you gain from reading, and so Patipatti is the experience and knowledge and wisdom that you gain through practice. Pativeda would be then applying and realizing deeper with further analysis and understanding through meditation in a higher context. So in Sila, Samadhi, Panya, if someone is equal, then you should not lose the opportunity to develop the sort of spiritual support. So the opportunity to develop spiritual support would be really important, Kalyana Mitra. So we have friends who participate together from home or from online. There is always religious observances now quite often online, and you can build up a strong community, and that communal support to each other is quite important. And then always listening to sermons and trying to enhance your knowledge would be like trying to get some more advice and continue to develop your practice. Because when you do that, then you are surely on the right path. And otherwise, ekacharyang dalham kaira. So because what happens is something, there are other phrases where Natti Bale Sahayata. So never ever take support or have sort of association and support, or Sahayata would be like support that you get. And Chula Silang would be, or maybe in practices wise, in terms of precepts, you actually have a lower attention or lower virtue wise. So you have to think of that in this context where we're not actually trying to be in a superior state, but we're trying to actually be mindful that you don't lose your state, you don't regress in your spiritual journey, you don't regress in your spiritual advancement, because Bale Sahayata, a person who is ignorant and deluded, will always find ways to distract you. And this is quite important, and this is the point that we have to grasp from today's session, that there can be some people who will distract you so much so that you, if you lose your mindfulness, if you lose your attention, if you join the person in doing or saying or even indulging in certain things that are inappropriate because this person has deludedly distracted you, then you will also become a bala, you will also become this ignorant, deluded person. So therefore, imagine, the mishap that took place with the story behind this, where the whole monastery was burnt down because of a simple advice given to this young novice. The young novice started to tell lies, then went to the devotees, spoke about things, and then even got some things that were meant for the other senior venerable monk Mahakassapa, and when he was told off, he got angry, and due to this anger, the next day, when in the absence of other monks, he burnt the temple down. So a silly person can do many things like this. A person who is adamant, impatient, rude, person who is always nurturing greed and anger and many reasons, and always self-centeredly looking, thinking. We got to address those spiritual or lack of spiritual values, and we got to actually develop the opposite about patience and compassion and kindness. So even when you associate someone, if the person is or develops good intention, does good things, does or says something good in the truthful sense, not in your face, maybe they are worthwhile of association. So Bala means someone who completely ignores other people, completely ignores other people's interests, it's always selfish. So having that sort of ways of looking to see who to associate, who not to associate, in the future we'll start referring to other discourses where there are the types of friends and association that are given to advise as lay people. But in this context, this is to do with the spiritual journey. So you have to then think about be aware of where you are, be aware of how far you have gone. Don't stop your practice, continue to do your practice. Don't listen to others who might say something that might stop you from doing good things that you are doing. You might listen to others, you might get distracted with other people's talks, and then that might just again slowly distract you from your attention or attainment that you have achieved so far. And if you do practice regularly with the Sila, Samadhi, Panya, you know your progress. You can actually think about your progress. If you have changed from X to Y, there is certain progress. So association of Bala who actually don't show interest on those, who don't actually find value in the spiritual practices and religious observances, you have to then be wise enough to actually disassociate at the given moment and then come to your spiritual practice. We're not talking about not to dissociate in a sense, not to even to talk or be friends with Bob. It is about association so that you would not get distracted and divert your attention from the spiritual path that you are taking. So this is where if if you cannot find someone that are equal or even higher to your practices or to your gain, then taking a solitary journey, practicing yourself, staying yourself and attending and doing religious observances or spiritual practices, that is better, and that is what you should do. Okay, so the Buddha then advised Mahakassapa in that way and said that this is where you should head. Okay, so with that small reflection from the second verse in the chapter on fools in the Dhammapada, we come to a close. Okay, so let us now meditate for a few minutes. So we have to sit straight, that is the first request. So once you adjust yourself, unless you have a physical difficulty, don't lean your back. If you can, come forward, okay, and make sure your arms are also not resting. So to be attentive, put your right hand on left palm, sit straight and gently close your eyes. So first we try to develop stillness. So stillness by observing the state of your body. Just observe the way your body is and notice the lack of motion, the lack of movement, and even the lack of restlessness. Other time when your body, or when you want things, your body is so restless. So your state of mind has affected your body. The way you think, the way you always affects with restlessness in your body. So nothing is there because you have been able to free yourself and commit yourself to this. So observe that peace in the body, that calmness, that stillness in the body. And be appreciative and grateful that you are able to commit yourself to this practice or to this hour of practice. Appreciate your good health that has allowed you to practice. And even notice the commitment that you have made by letting go of all your, or postponing your duties. It's very important that you have let go of all your commitments for the time being. So don't plan though, but still be aware of what you have done and be happy and praise yourself. Also think about the people that are sitting with you, the mutual support that you have, the support from your family members if they are sitting with you, or even as this online community supporting each other's practice. Be appreciative of that mutual support with those who are sitting with you. And they too are still. They too are quiet and calm and peaceful. If other members at home are not participating, it's fine. No comment, don't criticize, let go of them. And be happy for whatever they are doing. Even if they are disturbing you, it's okay. don't make it a bother, let go of that. And also just a quick scan around the environment where you are, your room or the kitchen room, also the way you are sitting, maybe bedroom or living room. A quick scan to notice the infrastructure, and that whole environment is peaceful. And always remember this peace of mind that you have through that peaceful body. The peace of mind, when we try to observe the mind, it is only possible to experience that peace of mind through that stillness of the mind as well. As much as your body is still, as much as people around you are still, and the environment, think there can be some ways to still the mind as well, which means not thinking about anything. Because when you think, you begin to develop filtering process. When you think, we may develop conditions. To stop thinking is important for that reason. Don't let anything attract you. So no expectations, no conditions means you're not thinking of anything extra. Because when those conditions are not met, you feel dissatisfied, anger, and impatience. So freeing yourself from everything that disturbs the peace of mind is important. As soon as I pause, your thoughts will come to your head. So we need to free ourselves and be able to maintain that stillness in the mind as well, not just in the body. Don't look for things, don't let your mind look for things, either the past or the future. And the more you develop this skill, the more kind you are being to yourself. And if you think in this way constantly, in these lines that I am going to say, you'll always do things or say things out of kindness to yourself and to those that you associate with. And contemplate on these lines. May I be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to me. May no problems come to me. May no difficulties come to me. May I always meet with success. May I also have the patience, courage and understanding to meet and overcome difficulties in life. May I be free from anger and jealousy. May I be free from frustration, anxiety and worries. May I be free from pain and suffering. So think about your association or people that you associate with those same loving thoughts. Skip the stations if they don't relate, don't recall those who have passed away, but simply develop and share the same kind, well-wishing thoughts to others. May my parents, grandparents, teachers, uncles and aunts, in-laws, husband, wife or partner, children, grandchildren, brothers and sisters, cousins, nephews and nieces, friends, colleagues, neighbors, and some people that you meet daily but are not related and neutral. May they all be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no problems come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they always meet with success. May they also have the patience, courage and understanding to meet and overcome difficulties in life. May they be free from anger and jealousy. May they be free from frustration, anxiety and worries. May they be free from pain and suffering. May all living beings, including your pets, birds, animals and insects that come to your garden, seen and unseen beings, including all sentient beings, be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no problems come to them. May no difficulties come to them. May they always meet with success. May they also have the patience, courage and understanding to meet and overcome difficulties in life. May they be free from pain and suffering. May I be well, happy and peaceful. May I be free from pain and suffering. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So that brings us to close of our second session and the session for today. So as you know, we go live at 6:30 every day, British Standard Time, with our broadcast of the daily religious observances at the London Mindfulness Meditation Center. We start off with observing 5 precepts, worship the Buddha, and then chant Paritta to bless everyone, and then listen to reflection from the Dhammapada stanzas and meditate on loving kindness. So in September we go live at 7 o'clock, and this series will continue until our robe offering ceremony, which is on the 24th of October. So today the sponsors, Mrs. Maya De Alvis, would like to bless her son who is celebrating his birthday, Keith De Alvis, as well as wish all the family members and relatives with good health, happiness, success and prosperity, and also to bless her pet dog who passed away recently, Rufus. So about 2 months ago. May Rufus also receive our blessings and make his life happy and peaceful wherever he is. Ultimately, may he also attain the blissful state of Nibbana. We believe in rebirth cycles, and we will bless him for his well-being as well. We also are joined with Vimala Mendis, who would like to share merit with her departed beloved husband who passed away 7 months ago, Vijita Mendis. May he also receive our blessings and make his life happy and peaceful wherever he is. May he rejoice in this punya karma and make his life happy. Eventually may he also may he attain the blissful state of Nibbana. So with those kind intentions, the sponsors would like to bless you all, as well the online community, for your well-being, happiness, success and prosperity. So we thank you for joining us so far. May the merit accumulated today by participating in these observances be conducive for your well-being, especially good health, happiness and success during these lockdown times. And may these observances be helpful for your peace of mind and enhance your spiritual religious practice that we have been talking about throughout. So may you all be happy. So stay safe. See you tomorrow at 6:30. Have a very good night.